All right, we'll start with questions for Jaden, and then we'll dismiss them and we'll go to questions for coach. So questions for Jaden.
How did how did it feel to be back in the LSU spent the first 3 seasons? Was it nice homecoming for you?
Yeah, no, it definitely was something to come back here. Like when we got back here yesterday and came to the practice gym, I definitely felt all the emotions, and I didn't know how I was gonna feel today coming to the game. I'm like, first time I played here in months, and except this time on the other side. So definitely had some emotions coming into it, but it was a great welcome back. A lot of people that were supporting me with signs and just cheering for me. So it's definitely a lot of love for them.
Saw during warm-ups, you came over to Coach Grant, gave him a big hug. What do you mean to you when you were here?
No, it meant a lot to me because I always look back at it as that was the first person that I went to after JUCO. So it's somebody that trusted me right away and just kind of helped me these last 3 years. I wouldn't be here playing with this team at Clemson if it wasn't for him, honestly. So I always look back and support his Boston College team and just support everything they're doing.
Basketball-wise, you guys were being pushed late second half. You hit the right corner three. How good did that feel, hitting that right there?
Yeah, no, that felt good. It gave us a little space, but obviously they kept fighting back every little bit. But that's a Earl Grant team, definitely gritty. They're going to come out and be physical and just kind of push you every single game. So that's what they did. But hitting that three definitely felt great. Kind of helped us get a little more momentum when we were struggling.
How much of a challenge was it when they trapped you, like a little three-quarter trap, and changed things up?
Yeah, it definitely was more of a struggle for us than it should have. We kind of went over in practice. We were prepared for it, but it kind of happened quick and we weren't fully in the spots where we needed to be and didn't execute how we were supposed to. So it was definitely kind of pressured us.
This will be your first year to experience a tourney. How excited are you to get that experience?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited, but honestly, I'm not looking at that right now. I'm kind of just looking forward to finishing the regular season now and then ACC tournament. So more focused on Virginia Tech next game, and then once everything we get towards there, then I'll focus more on that.
All right, thanks, Jaden.
Thanks, Jaden.
Good job, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, first off, I want to give credit to Earl and his squad. I thought those guys played their hearts out today, which is no surprise. They always do. I'm proud of the job he's doing. You know, he obviously lost some good players off last year's team, but he's got a good young group that still fighting and scratching. You know, I thought we played well early. You know, I think there was 4 or 5 minutes to go and we're up 15, 41-26. And it was kind of something that I was a little nervous about because it's almost like it just felt too easy for our guys. We were making shots. We got the ball to good places. But then basketball changes quickly. And, you know, those guys on their team played with great effort and had a couple hustle plays. We had a couple mistakes. And then all of a sudden, you know, the momentum in the last 4 to 5 minutes of the half shifted. And, you know, and then you got to kind of start out again. We did not start the half well. And all of a sudden it's a 6 or 7 point game. And, you know, now all the momentum's with them and you're not careful, you're playing not to lose. And, you know, we played very poorly on offense in the second half. We had a bunch of careless turnovers. I know of 3 or 4 times where we're coming down in transition and we literally turn the ball over in advantage situations. And so, you know, you do that a couple times and then give them a couple runouts. We gave them 2 runouts back to back for 5 points. You're gonna find yourself in a 1 possession game with 3 or 4 minutes to go. Now, give our guys credit. We did play well defensively down the stretch, and that's why we won the game.
Brad, Victor puts up a double-double. Were there any big rebounds in those back-to-back offensive rebounds with about 2 minutes left?
Yeah, those were big ones. You know, obviously he missed and got fouled and then missed the front end of a 1-on-1, so it kept it a little bit in the balance. But, you know, it just speaks to how competitive he's been. I mean, he and Jaden both are guys that, you know, really want to go to the tournament. I mean, you can sense it. I think that's part of the reason why they came to Clemson is they felt like, hey, we have a good team coming back and we have a chance if these guys play well to do that. And they're both very hungry to try to be a tournament team. Obviously, we're going to be that this year. So, but it's because of plays like that. You know, Jaden very competitive all over the floor. Victor doing a good job protecting our basket and rebounding the ball.
Any more questions in the room? Anybody? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
How much is Jaden's leadership meant? Somebody that's played that much.
Yeah, it's not so much leadership, it's more just confidence, right? He's just an older player that's, you know, we've been very fortunate that we found a couple of players in the league in the last couple of years. Jack Clark, Joe Girard last year, that were both guys that were good players, that they go into different arenas in the league. They've already been in there. They're not wowed by it. They just kind of play. And Jaden's been very consistent, as you would expect. I think he's a very good match with Chase. And last year Joe was a great match for our team with PJ Hall. And now Jaden's been a really good match with Chase, because it's allowed Chase to relax and try to score a little more. Jaden's done a good job defensively. And then there are nights when Jaden, gets loose, and tonight he had 21. So he just fits very well. And then Victor and Ian are a great match. I think that's where we've done a good job in the portal, is finding guys that fit what we're trying to do and fit with the other good players on our team.
Got time? Okay. Got time for a couple virtually if anybody has one.
Hey, Brad, this is Will. Wanted to ask you, what were they doing different to just try to? It looks like they were forcing more tempo than you guys would have liked there in that second half.
Some of it was off our turnovers. We're turning the ball over, so now they're running at us, right? And then obviously we missed some shots. So now it's miss offense. More than them doing anything differently. Now they did play a smaller lineup a little bit more. And so now they've got more speed on the floor. Those were probably the things that happened. Obviously in the first half, the first 15 minutes, I think we got 41 points, so we're scoring. And so they got to take the ball out of bounds, and, we're setting our defense and playing that way. But in the second half, we're not scoring as much. We're turning the ball over. We're missing some shots, and now they're attacking us a little bit. We just were a little bit on our heels.
Hey, Brad, it's Darian Carter. You guys were able to come back against Virginia, and you guys were able to maintain this lead against Boston College today. What does that kind of say about your team's resiliency as you guys enter tournament time?
Yeah, I mean, we have to play better than we played tonight. Just too inconsistent. Again, I thought the first 15 minutes were good, but the last 25, very average. And obviously Boston College had something to do with that. They played very hard, very well, attacked us, and we wanted the game to be easier than it was going to be. And that's happened sometimes when you have a lead like that. And but I do give our guys credit. It got to be a one possession game late, and defensively, the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, we played well enough to kind of keep them at bay and win the game going away a little bit.
Any more questions for Coach? Okay.
I have
Okay.
one.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
What would you have, this is Larry, what would you have
Yep.
said before the season if told you'd be with these records right now?
Yeah, obviously, I'd be surprised. I mean, I thought we had a chance to have a good team. I mean, are we 17-2 now in the league? Like, yeah, I don't know that I believe we'd be that. But, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about, I don't go through our schedule. Hey, we win here, not win there. This one's going to be hard. This one we should take. I don't do any of that. You just kind of, coach your team. You hope your team's good enough to give you a chance to play important games at the end. And certainly this team has done that. I kind of told them that before the game. That was kind of my message, how proud I was of them for what they've done to this point in the season, to be 16-2 with four days to go in the season, regular season. But now, we got to finish. We got to finish these 2 games the right way, and try to continue to build momentum for the ACC tournament. And started out well, and then we had to figure it out the last 15 minutes of the game or so.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks
Thank you.
everybody.